Hi everybody, welcome to Will's RC. If you've seen the previous videos, I've been giving the standard motor a bit of hell. Dirty water, rock climbing, things like that. It's burnt it out. I'm not surprised really, it's quite a small motor. This is the new one. It's not very big, and what it does need is an upgrade. I have everything I need for the upgrade. I have a HPI 55 turn cooler motor. I have a transfer box, gearbox, call it what you will, from a Maverick Scout. And I've also got the cooler ESC from the Scout with the drag brake, which is what this needs basically. I'm waiting on one part, which is the plate that goes onto here. There's a guy I know, he 3D prints the bit that I need. It's got the locations for the links, and it's also drilled properly to put the Scout gearbox onto there, so I can run the bigger 540 motor and won't hopefully have all the problems about this motor getting hot and things like that. Another thing with this motor is it's gone through really dirty water, thick mud, everything, and it has packed up a few times. I just think it's the size of it, it's just too small. Quite a few people will be watching this and think, yeah, I know it's small and it needs to be changed. I will be doing that as soon as I get that that plate to mount the gearbox on, to make it into the make it so it can run the 540 motor, and we'll go onwards from that really. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to sort this one out because this has got no power anymore, it's dead almost. I'm going to do a quick video just to show you how I swap this out. How easy it is basically. It's 4 screws to remove that, and then a couple of screws when you take the cover off there. So let's get on with it. Okay, look at the underneath of the FTX at the moment, and all I'm doing is just going in there with a screwdriver and undoing the 4 locating screws for the motor and transmission. And these things start to move in there. When you take the last screw out of this, and apart from unplugging the motor from the ESC, it is literally just pull the motor and gearbox up, which I will show you how to do here. Right, so you take that off there, wind your fingers, it hurts, and you take that one out there, and you should then be able to just pull this up out of the truck, because these are telescopic drive shafts that you've got here, and they just fit into the other shaft there with these sliders, and those 4 grooves are what's transferring the power from your motor and your gearbox to your wheels. That's all it is. So Okay, so your engine, your motor and your gearbox are out of the car, and now what you need to do is just take the front off of here. Again, it's two fairly short screws this time. They're still quite small. Very, very fine threads on them, which is what you've got to be careful of when you are doing things up again, because these threads mean that possibly you'll strip out the what it's going into quite easily. You can see there, that's your pinion, that's your drive to your gearbox. That's your drive to your gearbox just there, and you need to take out. Sorry about this. Trying to. The lighting is awful. Need to take out those two bolts there. So you've got your screwdriver, your bolt, hex driver. Just undo the bolt. Just undo that there. Quite a short bolt again. One. Two. There's your rather mucky, rather yucky, and rather melted. You can see that there. It's all melted, it's all come, it's knackered. No wonder it don't work properly. Okay, so while we're here, take that bolt out there so we don't lose it. So they've got two bolts to the gearbox cover, two bolts that hold on the motor, and the four screws that hold the motor to the car. That doesn't sound too bad. However, okay, so the new one won't look like that for long. Comes with a pinion already on, already fitted onto it, and it looks as though it's the same size as the old one, so there's the right size teeth and stuff like that. Now, a word about these motors. You can put these into water, clean water, and they will work fine. In fact, when they've been running for a little while, put them in clean water actually cleans them out. It does it a favour. What it doesn't like doing is going through puddles and dirt and muck and everything else like that. So, what I was thinking is to put some kind of mesh around the breather hole so the air can get in and out, and it keeps the dirt out. But I don't use this. I don't use this very heavily, and the state of this, the amount of melting that's gone on, especially there. If I put anything on this that's flammable, I could possibly have a fire, and I don't want that. So for now, I'm just going to throw this back together, back into the truck, and see how I get on, because I really hope that guy comes through with this plate so I can do the conversion on it. Once I've done a conversion on it to the bigger motor, it should stop all these problems, I hope. So let's get on with installing this this motor into the gearbox, shall we? Instead of talking about it, let's just do it. So what you do, you line your two holes up. You're not going to be able to see it, are you? Line your two holes up like it was for the old one and the old motor come out. Just like that. It does help if you've got magnetic screwdrivers, of course. Of course, what you do, you just stick it onto the end of the screwdriver like that. Don't forget the washers, they're there for a reason. Not too tight, because you've got to adjust the mesh between the plastic you've got to adjust the mesh between there and there. It can't be too tight, but saying that, it is a bit tight. If we loose it just a bit so the motor can move, then we just see, it's too loose. Sounds lovely, that does. Just do it all by ear, so it doesn't sound as though it's making a lot of noise, but while you do it up, that's too tight then. Just loosen it a tiny bit, like that. Some people will say to put paper between the cogs, but that depends on the size of your cog, of your mesh, sorry. The pitch is called the gap, and how deep the gap is between each tooth. I don't know the pitch on this one, but it's not a lot. So putting a bit of paper between there and then doing the screw up on this size, I don't think would work. Merely because the pitch, I'll show you on the other motor I've got here. Can you see the difference there between the size and depth of those teeth and the size and depth of these teeth? That would be a completely different pitch to this one. This one, a bit of paper, like from an old school book, a thin envelope, something like that. If you put the bit of paper between that, where's my gearbox gone for the scalp? There it is. If you put a bit of paper between those two there, like that, you'll get the right distance between that and that, which is what I'm trying to do here, but because the pitch is smaller, you won't be able to get a bit of paper or something in there. That sounds okay. It's a bit tight. I'll take some strength to move that, it does. Perhaps this is where the problem is that we're having with these coals. There we go. So it's all back together, and it's literally a case of putting this back in into your truck, which you're not going to be able to see. This one. Take all the rubbish out first. Just like that. You can't get to this bit very often because it's got motor and gearbox in it. Okay, so let's back you up because you can't see a thing again, can you? You're all backed up. There we go. Adjust your angle a bit. So now it's just the point of putting in your motor and gearbox. What I would do try to do this so you can see it all. Okay. What I would do is get a dry shaft, the back one in this case, and feed it in to the dry shaft, which is not working for me. It's about right. It is the right way, isn't it? Yes. See, that's gone into that one. You push that all the way in, and now get this one, and this should also line up. So you can get that in, dry shaft in there. So you've got your dry shaft in, both of your dry shafts in, and you've got your motor sitting roughly where it needs to go, just like that. Yeah, got this all right. The only thing I haven't done, put that on. Let's try and put that on what I can. This is just the cover. So stones and stuff don't get messed up in the drive. And it goes in like that. And now, if you can remember what screws went where, because you've got two long ones and two short ones. Now, I'm guessing the long ones went in the top there and the short ones went in there. So, let's have a go. Right. Oh, I think the motor's a bit tight somehow. Bit of kicking going on in there, that shouldn't be there. There you go. That is basically how you remove the motor and the transfer box to either repair it or change the motor. Okay, what I've noticed though with this car, the mesh that I was talking about, it may be tight, so I may have to play with that a little bit, but I'm not going to be doing that now because I haven't been feeling very well and I'll need to go and take a break. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers and welcome to the channel. Thank you for your comments, likes and dislikes. It's nice to know what you want so we can put it on the channel for you. So thank you very much again for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.